I was like, what in the world? I would not make Stevie get on this. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 o'clock in the morning, this man went to bed and then had to get up and like he had a button-up shirt on and everything. It's like you doing too much because if y'all made me get on at 1 a.m., I would get on there in my pajamas. And there's nothing you could do about that. Right. So what happened with the job? Did you counter? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you have anyone reporting to you? Oh, damn. Yeah. 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 You said I'm gonna tell on you. Yeah, that's funny as hell. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have patience for like grown ass people who need a lot of hand holding. Like I'd be like, I told you once already. I'd be like, I told you once. You need to know how to do this, and if not, figure it out. Because wasn't nobody helping me. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with them. I would say that are they white? Okay, and she's gonna report to you. Uh huh. So you don't have problems with her. You might have problems with her though. Yeah. The women who typically view themselves as being in charge are she will listen to you and she will not fight you probably to your face, but she'll undermine you behind your back. She probably will. Yeah. Because I mean, why is she not? Why did she not get your role? Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. So then maybe you won't have a problem with them. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, nah, girl. I feel like people will be doing. At my company, our investigations are so bad, and it's just like pulling teeth when I have to sit on a pre-TRB with them and be like, all right, first of all, y'all need to write these things out in chronological order. You also need to separate the various statements that you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be going through the basics with them, and they be like, oh, okay. And then the next week, they do the same shit. But they don't directly report to me. They report to my. They know I don't so our EEO investigators are contract people. They don't report to me. They report to somebody in compliance. But then like our ERO people, so our employee relations people, they are the ones who actually present the case.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup, and we are all set to go, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
The security investigations themselves are
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in week 9? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, hurry up.
You have to put that. I mean, that's part of the skill that you have to develop with the ability to learn and die.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Out of the gun, Smith. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And this is well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So, Charles, you know, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that will, of course, move the football up the field. Smith going to move him around. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Dafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
First down here, and that's all, folks. Good work on this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
The extra receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 31 yards there and a first down. Jackson. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Ravens at 5-3 now on the year. They come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Dobbins again on second down. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Gino. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the interception, here's Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Yeah, did you not know that? Yes, yes. It's right. Right. It's nonsense.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. They run off tackle right with Hill. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away. Falls down incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
A shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, ready to run Michael Dixon. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they will be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They go play action now. Jackson flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Motion man is Schwartz. Here's Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They overloaded at the time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Now it's Lockett. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Smith here, an audible at the line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Okay. So I was like, maybe it's for the role that I'm hiring for. I don't know.
So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. In motion right, that's Metcalf. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Geno now to throw. Walker. That'll go as a gain of 4. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Here's Smith. And that will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense will not be able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather from the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he's got. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they'll probably allow a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And they're going to speed things up here. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those. Pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Dobbins trying the left side. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, Brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And they'll go on the ground. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Dobbins. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Motion man is Schwartz. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse.
Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out quickly here to Smith and Jigba. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the gun, here's Smith. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now it's Smith. He'll find Metcalf. Down inside the 10. Touchdown!
Bitch.
DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
The score, Seahawks 7, Ravens 3. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. And they'll give here to Charbonnet on the option. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Throwing is Smith. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This will get the lead up to 7. Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Brings up second and 3.
From the gun, a run for Hill. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. If the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Dobbins running out of the gun. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 144 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. Now Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Another try, second and 10 now. Beckham in motion right. Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Hey, report! Report!
On second down, a run with Dobbins. That's some strong running. And he is out of bounds here.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third down and goal coming up here. Jackson will keep it. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And in for a touchdown. Beckham, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Well, it's been a good game. You can see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flag to catch. Tomorrow.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Walker to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Here comes 2nd down. Here's Smith. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15. Smith. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will be out of bounds. So, partner, that means we got some free football. We're headed to overtime. If the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
As meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, If we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. First throw here in overtime for Smith. And this pass broken up. And the contact time there. And now 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in pump formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.